Things, episode 861. It's November, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was fun. That was very good.
Sarah.
Is this, by this time when this episode comes out, will we have the results of the election?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wait, no. I thought you meant our election, the Signal Awards.
Well, yeah, that's hilarious. I love it. I mean,
No,
the
we
election
will
that
not.
really matters. No,
We
I'm
will
kidding.
not.
She does. We will not. Okay, well, that's fine. So
Sarah,
I can still come in
we will
cheery.
be together in New York
Oh,
when-
sweet embrace.
on Election Day.
Yes.
Ugh.
We'll be together for a minute. I'm so excited.
I know. Are you scared?
Why? What is the matter with you? What do you mean? Am I scared? What do you think? What do you think I think is going to happen? It's like
Well,
that'd be
maybe
like
you'll get
you're going to
sick
hang
of
out with your
me.
sister. Are you scared?
That's right. You're right. Well,
No,
I just
the
don't want you to
opposite.
get sick of me is all.
Suze, it would have happened on our month-long trip to South America.
Yeah.
We've already been down this road. We already know. See, this is the problem. We have not hung out straight in so long that you forgot that we are the ultimate travel companions, that nobody is better together than you and me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Adam. Maybe Adam. I won't allow your husband to have
Not
it,
really.
but, I mean,
no.
come on.
It's you and me.
Yeah.
It's so fun. The best thing that Sarah and I do when we're away together is we get all cozied up, ready for bed.
Yes.
We have a glass of wine poured. We sit it on our respective nightstands. And then we like gossip and talk shit on people and giggle and whatevs. And then fall asleep with the wine still in the cups.
Yep. We call it the optimistic wine glass. Yeah.
It's like it's there if you need it, but like you don't need it because
it's like a little comfort, like a little security blanket. Or it's like, And I don't know. I just like having it there. It's just like that extra glass. And we will like make a big deal out of like going to the bar at the restaurant or at the hotel.
Yeah, like if we don't have a glass, it's a problem.
It's like, what are we going to do? We don't have a night. Like this is a big problem. And then we never even drink it. So we like make a problem out of nothing. And
Sarah's one of only like
us.
4 people who I will let see me without makeup on.
And I say you're a beautiful, radiant goddess.
She thinks I'm beautiful on the inside, everybody.
I do. Inside and outside.
Thank you.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited to see you.
Me too.
I'm excited to be in New York in the fall because this time of year, the last time I was in New York like that was when I was on The Real World. And it's going to be the same time of year.
Yeah, what
that I was
months
there.
were you there?
August, September, October, and a bit of November. October,
Wow. Yeah, proper fall.
We came home the week before Thanksgiving.
Oh my
Like
God.
we weren't even sure we were going to have Thanksgiving at home. And I was like, I don't need to have Thanksgiving at home. Let's just have it here with my new family.
For real?
Oh, I definitely remember thinking that. But I guarantee that I didn't have Thanksgiving at
Like a normal.
That was a time where everybody was all over the place. My mom had like just moved to Costa Rica. Who knows? Everybody was like all
The
over.
whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow. Okay. Well, that's great. We'll get to reminisce.
yes. Yeah. And I just like that time of year. It's
Me
beautiful.
too.
Okay. But let's talk about other things. I have so many brainy things to talk about. What do I want to start with? Okay. Let's start with this one. There was a study that was done in 2010 on our ability to label or identify people based on just facial features, and more specifically categorize them and their religious affiliation. And they were looking at Mormons, people who, and so they took non-Mormons and Mormons, and they quizzed that, like studied whether or not they could identify Mormons.
Yeah, they do have a twinkle in their eye.
They do.
Yeah.
And the results are shocking.
Oh my God. Really?
What would you guess is an average person's ability to correctly identify a Mormon.
A practicing Mormon.
A practicing Mormon.
Pretty high. 48%.
Oh, it's even higher. 60% of non-Mormons can recognize
A
Mormons. And it's even more when you are a member of that group.
Yeah, they sniff each other out. Do you feel like I would be mistaken for a Mormon?
Well, it's
like,
not
you don't
what
have
you
a twinkle
think.
in your eye.
It's not what you think it is. It could go either way. So if they even looked at the individual pieces, like what is it? Is it just like, is it the face as a whole? Is it because there's this instinct or impulse, I should say, for us to say it's just like the waspy white person, like blonde hair,
like
blue eyes
profiling,
look.
Yeah.
But it's more than that. It's hang on, let me get this right. They were able to guess faces without hair, with eyes and mouths covered, with outer face shape, with an inverted face, but not from isolated features. So not from just the eye, just the nose, or just the mouth. And the really interesting part is it wasn't just things you'd think the first instinct would be like, oh, maybe it's like sign of good health or like other features
clean
of like
living.
Clean. It is that,
Kind of deal.
but it's not all of that. So it's not like actually having like genetic facial symmetry. It's more very subtle markers of exactly what you're saying, a healthy lifestyle.
Stop it.
It is clear skin and healthy skin.
Yeah.
And these super, super subtle things about like hydration.
Totally. Because they're supple. These people are
they're supple. That is,
nubile.
It is skin color, skin texture, and other judgments related to health, such as facial attractiveness, facial symmetry, and structural aspects, did not differ between.
I get it.
Isn't that interesting?
It is totally interesting, and I totally get it because it's true.
They have a healthy glow, and it is like interesting that we do these social categorization based on our own perceptions of somebody's spirituality.
Well, what do you take away from it, though? Does it make you want to be like that or no?
No, I think what I think is the obvious takeaway for me is that our brain is going to sort and categorize people. And
yeah, we're really good at filing.
We are. That is what our brain is naturally going to do. And it is our wise mind and our conscious, like, awareness that has the responsibility to have a curiosity or ask more questions or gather more information rather than make assumptions. I don't know.
Because a lot of
if we're going to be
stereotypes are born from our brain's efficiency. Our brains are really good at categorizing and putting people in boxes. That has been great evolutionarily speaking.
Yes.
Not great for racism.
Yes. Correct.
And other discriminatory practices.
Yeah.
And so like we're real good at it, but then it's not foolproof.
Right. And it's like, I just feel like it's important to know the way that your brain, I don't know, it's like reading the owner's manual for your brain, right? When we know more about our brain, we learn about it, you still have to operate it. It's still a machine that you have to use, but knowing how it works and knowing the implicit biases and all that kind of stuff.
It's quirks and strengths.
We can harness it. We can like control it. We can,
I'll tell you what I'm harnessing and controlling, and that is my Honey Love pants and bras.
I'm sorry. Those things are harnessing and controlling you.
It's like who's
putting the boobies right in the right place. Right. Exactly.
because this stuff is awesome and does the job. Talk about the best athleisure / shapewear on the market. Honey Love's doing the job, man.
I don't think they advertise as a like resistant to pet hair and like the fuzz and everything.
Should,
but I'm going to do that for them because in my own personal experience, you know, when you like put a pair of leggings in the washing machine with, God forbid, a towel or something, and then
God forbid. That's
like,
a funny thing to say.
Fuzzy all over. This one, they're like smooth. No pet hair sticks to it. And
no pet hair, no lint.
It's so nice.
And as Sarah always correctly points out, no pilling, which probably helps with that too.
Which means longevity.
Stuff, yeah.
Which means it's not disposable clothing.
Ever. You can wear it all the time. It stays super high quality, super sleek and flattering and comfortable as heck. And you are not going to be disappointed. You're going to be like, I can't believe what I got. Bang for my buck. It's a gift of comfort. And it's the season of gifting. So gift yourself something amazing. They have a deal for our listeners. Treat yourself to the best bras and shapewear on the market and save up to 50% off site-wide. honeylove.com/braincandy. This month only.
Did you say 50?
Yes.
Oh, geezy, crazy.
Inventory is limited and the sale ends soon, so don't miss their best deals of the year. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you. Elevate your comfort, elevate your style. Thanks to Honey Love.
Yeah.
50%.
That's amazing. I love it. Anything over, 5 gets me excited.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do I want to tell you about? This is really cute. This is happening in the city. Cities in... Do you say the Netherlands or just Netherlands?
Oh. I mean, I do say the, but why?
I know, but I think you're not supposed to.
Yeah, it's like how we used to say
it's
the
like
Ukraine.
Yeah, I think because the article said cities in Netherlands.
Okay,
and so then when I wrote it, I was
sense.
like, of course it does, but we got to whisper this so other people don't know.
Yeah, but wonder why certain countries did get the going
I know.
On.
What? Well, the USA, but you don't say the America. The United States.
That's because
you do say the United States. But it is collectively because it's a
it's
group
in the
of
name.
them. But Netherlands, maybe because it's plural, so it's the, and we think of it as a collection of.
Oh, I don't know because
Ukraine is the one that
singular.
That yeah,
that is really weird.
You guys, I wish you saw the look. She just did like slowly closed her eyes and like
we've hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
/ top.
Yeah. Okay, but cities in Netherlands are holding this contest where they are flipping. They call it flipping. They had this really cute phrase. It was like flipping tiles or whatever it was. But they take squares, like paved squares of sidewalk, and they remove the cement and they create little urban gardens and these little pop-up beautiful squares of bright vegetation, herbs, like local plants, and it is really, really beneficial for the cities. It is doing wonderful things. It is not only giving people like community gardens and places, like a project to, unite around and work on together, but it's also helping with drainage and helping with, we've had like floods and all of these things going on. It is so important that water has appropriate drainage. And a lot of the building that was done in cities was done before we had the ability to understand, climate change in the future. Like, we need a whole new infrastructure of building that takes in. This is what my brother's doing as an engineer. And he said he doesn't ever want to see air ducts again in his life because he just, did all the projects of like, how do you filter out unbreathable air into like new homes. So this is what I think we need.
What's
like
the
we
answer,
need it.
though?
Oh, he creates like all these filtration systems and run the air through these, I don't know.
They clean it.
Yeah, it cleans the air. And his job was to get really, really big things smaller and smaller and smaller and fit them into like the size of a briefcase that you could. So that's.
I noticed this phenomenon when I lived in LA because I had come from Pittsburgh, which receives an abundance of precipitation. So then, and we can handle it. But then when you go to LA, it rains like for 5 minutes and no one can drive. There's like water streaming down the road.
Yes. Everywhere.
It's just not prepared for it.
Totally. And so we need things like this. And so they're holding these cute little contests, and the winner, the town that wins, gets a golden tile, and I love a prize that like means absolutely nothing, but like everybody gets. So it's like
that's why we wanted you to vote for us for the Signal Awards.
100%, absolutely, and that's why I love the Great British Bake Off, because it's like, here's your cake stand,
Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, trophy. I want 0 prize money and just like bragging rights, and so, something ridiculous like a golden tile,
bragging rights.
And they've even set it up so they have these free taxis that come by. So if you like, because you have to think these are like urban gardeners, people like who are doing this right outside their house, and they have like they'll take up the tile or pull up all the cement, and then you have a big old pile of cement, and a lot of people maybe don't have cars to lug it around in or dispose of it. So then they have the city has funded these taxis that will come by and will pick up the stuff, and then that material gets recycled and used in future building projects, and then they exchange it for like a little seed bomb or some herbs or something that they could then plant in those little spaces. It's wonderful.
It's so nice.
And it's the I feel like I love a project that checks multiple boxes, that you can make it beautiful, make the city beautiful, teach people about gardening and how wonderful is that for mental health and all of that kind of stuff, all the positive benefits of just gardening and being in nature. So great. Green spaces, so important. It helps with like urban, I don't know, whatever it's called, when they deal with like runoff and all that kind of stuff, and flooding, and I don't know, what do you call that? Like, it's not infrastructure, but it's like urban, like, I don't know, like storm logistics, I guess.
Yeah,
like what happens
real.
when there's a storm, And I just think that we need this.
Have you
I
ever
want more of
seen,
this in the United States.
Have you ever seen like a sidewalk in an urban environment and somebody will have planted things, right?
Yes.
Okay, I love it. But then I think about are unhoused people having to piss in that? I start getting freaked out.
Okay. Well, we need...
Because they need bathrooms. I don't blame them if they are. I'm just saying...
It needs
I don't
to be
want to eat it.
Well, we're not going to eat that then. That is a very good point. I did not.
It's a very.
I mean, I ate dogs too. I'm always like,
oh yeah. I mean, I don't want that.
Right. We don't want. So,
It's
but I think that sometimes green spaces are just for looking at. Yeah. So I just think it's an adorable little project.
It is.
And
that's really cool.
I like there. I saw on, I don't know, some social media, there is a couple in San Francisco that go around on those little skateboard, hoverboard things, and they dress up as bees. They're in bee costumes, and they fire these little cannons of seeds. These little they're like seed guns, and they just shoot them out all over the city as they like ride around. And the before and after is amazing.
Really? What kind of flowers?
All wildflowers. Like California has some of the most amazing wildflowers, but we are not, a lot of people, not me anymore, I don't live there, but many people who live in California are not treating it like the desert climate it is. They're treating it like a tropical climate because that's what it's been sold to us in Hollywood when they added a bunch of palm trees and shit and made it like planted grass.
Totally.
This does not need, we got Florida grass growing in nope, that is not what needs to happen. My next door neighbor growing up were 2 park rangers, and their backyard was an award-winning, like natural, what do they call it? Native plant garden. So they were like the gold star standard for what backyards should be like. And they had just bees and hummingbirds and everything everywhere. It was so great. Shout out to Steve and Bonnie.
Yeah, shout out to Steve and Bonnie.
Yeah. They like both were in the ranger service for their whole lives, like retired park rangers, like the cutest couple.
For real?
Yes. And I was like the nanny for, not nanny, but babysitter for their 3 kids who are just like as cute as can be. And now like adults in their 30s.
Yeah,
so.
your babysitting business was thriving.
Oh, well, except because my mom would go around offering me up to whoever, but at the low price of like 25 cents an hour. I had to tell her, like, Mom, the rates have changed since the 60s when you were doing this. And I'll never forget the time she actually told her friend 25 cents. And I told her that, and she says that she was joking, but her friend did not know that. And I remember getting paid 25 cents. And I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
It really built character, though.
Yeah. And I was a really good nanny. Anyways.
I bet. Where's Sarah?
Yeah. I made it really fun. And yeah, when I found out that one of the gals that I was a nanny for went on to play water polo in college, I was like, my work here is done.
Yeah. I mean, it was hit or miss, though. Let's not forget about Anakin.
Oh, well,
he had some challenges.
But I would say the Star Wars fandom did that, not my bad babysitting. Yeah.
You're like, that is not my fault.
Yeah. It is weird. I have got a weird childhood. Anyways, okay, let's talk about more things. How about...
Wait a minute.
What's
Let's
hilarious?
talk about our vitamins.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about our vitamins.
Okay, so Sarah has this awesome dispenser that she uses.
It's the best.
It's the best.
Philip, should I get you that? Do you want that? Do you need that for Christmas?
I love it.
Oh, my God. Okay,
but where am I going to put it, though? Where am I going to put it?
I mean...
When you come, have a look around my house. See if there's a spot. Because I do covet your dispenser.
It is so fun.
It looks so fun. She has this thing. It's like you know how some people have pillboxes? Well, she has one, but it's like freaking great. And it's like cool and amazing. Anyway, in that is Ritual vitamins because she and I have been using them for 9 years now.
Yes. I think I really noticed the effects of good, clean living like that. And I think
so
the skin thing, I get a lot of compliments on my skin. And then people are surprised that I'm not wearing makeup.
I know. It's annoying to the rest of us.
And I mean, it's got to be Sarah, because I didn't used to get those compliments when I was younger.
Yes. Hyacera is a once daily skin supplement that is outstanding. And it's like backed by science. This isn't, voodoo, whatever. It is amazing. It reduces wrinkles and fine lines and increases smoothness in 90 days. Maybe that's what the Mormons are doing. We don't know. Rigorously tested and validated third-party type of deal. So it's like the real thing. And you can start Hyacera to help minimize wrinkles without compromising on clean science. Hyacera from Ritual is a clinically proven skin supplement you can trust. Get 25% off your first month for a limited time at ritual.com/braincandy. Start Ritual or add Hyacera to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/braincandy for 25% off. Because they do a multivitamin. They have it for, pregnant, not pregnant, whoever.
Yes.
But then they have the skin one as well. So it's awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, which one do I want to talk about first? This is interesting. So there was a study that was done on our self-awareness. And the results showed that only 15 to 20% of people are actually self-aware in its true definition.
Oh.
Would you say that you are?
Yes.
Okay, so I would agree. You are definitely self-aware. But here's the thing. 95% of people think that they're self-aware.
Yes, I know. Right.
Yes. So there's a difference between... We don't want to confuse things here. We want to accurately define our terms. Okay. So there's a difference between sense of self, like an awareness of self, like consciousness, like looking in the mirror and being able to recognize and identify yourself. That's maybe what some people are confusing it for, or they might be confusing it with like an inner monologue or this awareness of thinking about yourself.
But is self-awareness actually being aware of how other people see you?
Correct.
Yeah, I have that.
Yes.
I know they fucking hate me and think I'm annoying.
No. Okay, actually, maybe you don't have it then. I take that back.
Or the
you
ways
might
in
not
which
have
they
it.
do.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yes. You are accurately able to like critique, like self-critique, like have reflection about how your actions may be perceived by
like,
others.
Whenever we say like, I get it, I'm ba ba ba.
Yes. It's a difference between an internal awareness and an external understanding.
Perception. Yeah.
Yes. And the reality is we have most of us have a lot of blind spots.
Okay.
A lot of areas where we are ignoring and maybe sometimes choosing to ignore the ways that we might be perceived as unfavorable or not likable to others. And the article, the study discussed some of the things that may be reasons for that.
And
they called it this cult of self that social media has created.
Totally.
Yes. That we engage in this cult of self that encourages these deep self-examinations.
I hate it.
I know you hate it. That's why I knew you were going to love this. No, tell me to be passionate about it. This is great. Usually it's the other way around where I'm like, the one who's freaking out about something. But yeah,
it makes me nuts. This is so gross. I blame Oprah. She ushered it in.
Well, you know what? It's interesting that you say that because I blame consumerism and capitalistic society because
that's fair.
But in a way, I was like Oprah's favorite things. It's like this brand. Like there is a lot of money to be made.
Yep.
If we feel like we are constantly, well, in a way, I think it's like Western versus Eastern. What the hell is that called? There's a
collective
versus individualism.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that the cure for this is being more of a collectivist society
100%.
that cares about we would have cleaner fucking bathrooms, we would have less littering, we would have everybody putting their goddamn carts away when they go to the grocery store, all things that I hate. I am all about almost too much so, how could this be perceived by other people?
Yeah,
I'd
Sarah
like to
always thinks she's on a team even when she is not.
This is correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, historically.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's very funny. But I wonder, I do recognize maybe the times where I can have less self-awareness. And it's when I'm maybe very passionate about something.
Yeah.
Or when I feel like somebody doesn't understand what I am saying.
Yeah. If you just say it louder.
All of that self-awareness goes out the window. And it's like, then when I even like reflect on what I'm like, oh my God, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, but even when you're doing that, it's adorable.
Like one of the ones I got really hooked on one time, which then it didn't take me very long to realize that I was like in this like spiral. But when I was with Eli and we had got a hot tub and he was doing all the chemicals for the hot tub, he touched chlorine.
Yes, I remember this.
And I got it in my head that he was like poisoning himself from the chlorine because I could smell it and it says like don't touch it on the skin, blah blah blah. And I would not stop like researching the chlorine, find it like everything.
You were fixating.
I was fixated, and it wasn't until talking with a therapist and like looking back at the situation where and then I went to the pool and smelled like chlorine for the rest of the day, and I was like, oh, I spent 90% of my childhood covered in chlorine, and I'm okay enough. So I think I could let this one go.
Though.
Yes. And so it's maybe afterwards I can see that. But if you're somebody who's like, I wonder if I'm self-aware, she has some advice. The best thing that you can do is ask a trusted colleague, because a colleague is a little bit separate. A friend might give you what a friend wants. I mean, or a therapist. Always go to a therapist. They will tell you this, maybe how you could be perceived. But because they'll tell you, well, this is how I'm perceiving you. But a colleague is a good one because there's enough distance. It's not somebody who maybe you're going to see on a regular basis or you're going to go hang out with, that then it has a incentive or I don't know, reason to not be totally honest to you.
Like they'll be polite enough.
A friend will like, yes. A colleague will be polite enough, but also maybe wants to improve their interactions with you. So might say it in like a gentle, kind way. If it's like a trusted colleague, somebody who's good at healthy communication. So find a colleague, a trusted colleague for healthy feedback and honest feedback.
Are there any other clues that they offer? Because I don't have any colleagues besides you and Adam, really.
Right, and I'll tell you what's up. And
you won't.
You're good.
You're not going to tell me. You've never told me.
I have. I told you one time. I told you because that you do a bad job of not telling me things.
Wait.
I told you that.
I blocked it out. What happened?
When your dad passed away, and I was like, I'm asking you all the time, are you okay? But you're like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, you need to tell me when I'm opening the door, walk through it, you know? Mm-hmm. And so, and you're like, yeah, my therapist said the same thing. And I was like, okay, good. Okay. It was our one fight. But then I also got better at not, because then I learned your patterns, and I got better at not just taking the first, I'm fine, being
I've noticed that. I'm always annoyed.
I know. So I'm going to keep doing it and just deal with it, because I care about you and love you, and that's what you're going to get.
Sometimes, everyone, we have to receive the love that's offered to us, okay?
Right. And we both hate it. So
I hate it so much. Adam and I just had this conversation where I admitted to him that he knew me better than anyone else ever in my whole life, and he thinks it's very funny because he knows how much I hate it. Like, I do not like it one bit, and it's like makes me very uncomfortable, and he is tickled by it. Well,
it's good that you can recognize your own discomfort and sit with that, because a lot of people will push that away.
Why?
And they will because I have been in relationships with people who are like, you know me too well, and now I have to reject you because you've seen what other people, I haven't even accepted in myself. Yeah. And so that is like yeah. So the other advice is focus on patterns in your life rather than doing that deep self-exploration, because the patterns will show you what you're really doing, rather than that thing we do where we rationalize things through
through an individual example. You can be like, well, that's because of this. But if you see a pattern, then it's okay.
Right. If I look at the patterns, it's very easy to see my lack of boundaries around my own self-care are the root cause of all the problems that I could ever complain about.
I don't even like when you're being vulnerable. It's like, stop. I'm like,
stop. Don't say the inside things.
Yeah, don't tell people you know this stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, I know. I'm trying here. We got, and we just do one thing at a time. I recognize that. We build on that. We start with little things. We, it's. So look at the patterns, because anybody, and like you have to imagine, like if somebody were watching through the window, what assessment would they make of who you were based on the actions that they see? Are you a person who puts the cart away? Are you a person who
This is why
puts the
religion
phone
can
down?
be effective.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you think God is watching you, and
God is watching us. God is watching us. Sorry.
and then there will be a payoff or a consequence depending on what you've done. That is very motivating to a lot of people.
Yeah. And you know what? That's where that collectivist mentality comes in, because you're thinking other people around me are watching and their opinion actually matters. I think a lot of us think, who the fuck cares
fuck you.
what this person next to me thinks? And I don't subscribe to that all the way, you know? I think it does matter. I think that's why it's like nice to not be that fucking asshole who plays the speaker so goddamn loud on the chairlift and in line and when we're skiing or on the trail. Nobody wants to hear bad electronica.
Electronica.
Because it's always what it is.
I tried to tell you this when you were with Eli. I was like, why doesn't he like music?
Well, I mean, I like good electronic music, but it's always bad.
Not exclusively.
I mean,
you like other things too.
Yes, I do. Not
That's
exclusively. Correct. Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, not exclusively.
Well, something we do like exclusively, practically, is Factor meals because they're so freaking good. You really don't need anything else.
I mean, so good.
Forget it. It's easy. It's nutritious. It's fresh and tasty.
Yeah.
What do you want from me, people?
One more you forgot.
What?
Time saver.
Ugh. That should have been top of the list.
It is top of the list for me because I have less desire to, and you know what it is too? This is going to sound so silly, but it does matter to me. I live on the second floor and I got to walk up 2 flights of stairs, or third floor. I got to walk up 2 flights of stairs to get up here. I don't want to carry a bunch of groceries up. And so my desire to cook and create like a bunch of different, has gone way down.
Right.
I just am
it's so convenient.
Let's be convenient and bring it up to my door. And
it's cheaper than takeout and dining out, but it tastes that good. Because it's like
just
fresh.
as fast.
You heat it up. Tastes like 2 seconds. Guilt-free comfort foods, home-style chicken and gravy, loaded mashed potato, pork chops. They have vegan stuff. Like whatever you like, they have it. And it's tasty. And then you're getting the quality and the convenience without sacrificing anything. And they have a deal. What the heck? Head to factormeals.com/braincandy50. Use code braincandy50 to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month. That's code braincandy50 at factormeals.com/braincandy50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. And if you ever need our codes, just go to our website, thebraincandypodcast.com, and we put them all there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the little study on self-awareness. I just think it's important to.
What do you think people think of you generally? Like, what's their perception of you from your assessment?
I think that there's usually a perception that I have a lot of energy. Right?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're high energy for sure.
I'm high energy.
Do you think people think you're nice?
I hope so. But the people from the challenge are really making it hard for me to understand this, because sometimes when I see what gets written about me on Twitter and stuff like that,
that's all weird.
It's all weird. But sometimes people will say, oh, she wasn't very nice to this person and this person on the challenge. And I wanted to be like, I'm trying to win a ton of money to pay for grad school. Like, where are your... do you want me to be nice on a competition reality show? Do you think that the people playing against each other in the Super Bowl are fucking nice to each other on the field? No, they're nice to each other afterwards, which I am. Anybody who knows me from the challenge... Why am I yelling? Anybody who knows me from the challenge is, like, aware that they'll always say, oh my gosh, Sarah's so great in real life. She's so nice, blah, blah, blah. But if you know me, if you just were my competition on a fucking competition reality show, you might think that I take competition seriously. But when I say that, that sounds crazy. What's the alternative? The alternative is me losing. I don't have the career that I had on there without doing something to win.
Yeah. I
Play
agree.
to win.
Yeah. That's
So
we're probably
that's hard.
skewed. Like our perception is skewed because of all that, because that's such a weird dynamic.
Because if you ask my friends, like camp people, that is a like I have a clear answer for that. They're like, oh my gosh, she's the best listener. She will absolutely like go to the ends of the earth for her friends and will always be the one to like volunteer your time. If you got furniture you need assembled, you need help moving, call Sarah. You need to be picked up from the airport, call Sarah. Like
I
that.
think that she almost craves it.
Oh my God, I love it. Come alive.
Like...
Are we talking about she, like, I'm not here? Like, okay, got it. That version of me.
You know how you said, like, I wasn't really talking about my dad?
Yeah.
You're, like, wanting it. Like, you want to be there for someone, right?
Yeah,
and so if
bad.
they don't let you or they don't invite that, you're, like, upset almost.
Yes.
If I called Sarah at 3 a.m. and was like, I need your help, she would probably have an orgasm.
I just felt my heart get a little flutter.
A flutter.
Yeah, 100%. That's what it just felt like. You could watch that in the video of this.
That day will come and she will be psyched out of her mind.
I'm going to be like, let's fucking go. Let's use those miles. Cash them in. Time to go. That's exactly. I'm like, that is what I'm saving them for.
Yeah, that's where you really shine.
Yeah.
What do you think they would say that's negative? Anything?
That I could be easily distracted, that I'm either fully focused or not, or it's like out of my, I'll forget. Yeah. I think that is probably difficult for friends who live far away, who maybe think that I
don't care anymore.
Don't care when it's like, again, if a friend that I will be there in 2 fucking seconds. It does not matter. And there are few friends, like my friend Allie totally understands this. She always sends me memes about it, about like true friends are the ones that'll do X, Y, and Z. And I'm always like, she gets me, you know?
Yeah.
And so like the people who know me really well know that, and they accept those things. And I think my friends know that I'm a person who continuously wants to improve and work on myself and is open to any feedback and wants people to say like that I am the person you can come to and say, hey, I didn't like this thing that you did, and it'll only make our friendship better. Mm-hmm. I really believe that I am that person, which is why I get so fucking frustrated with the people I've dated, because I'm like, if there was a problem, if anybody's understanding, like, hello.
Yeah. I agree with you. This is all accurate, Sarah. You're not delusional about any of it.
I feel like I could do a cover of Ice Ice Baby to that. If there was a problem, I'll solve it.
Check out the hook while the
and let the therapist resolve it. Rice, baby. I'm Sarah. Rice, baby.
Oh, God. This is so great. Have you done this before?
No.
Rice, baby is a new development.
Well, I mean, I haven't put it together like that, but I mean, somebody has said rice baby to me. Yes. It would be crazy if that didn't happen.
That's true. You're so lucky.
Yeah, but I could do like a Weird Al Yankovic style.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yes. Remix.
She's too nice baby.
Oh my God.
I did that was just off the top of my head.
It was really good.
Thanks. Now I'm embarrassed. That's silly.
You shouldn't be. That was awesome. Yeah.
Thanks, Susie.
You're welcome.
Okay, what else? I've got more for you.
If you don't worry. I got stuff. I mean, I know it's been a hard week for you. So.
No, it hasn't.
I just made that up. I actually don't know that.
It's a great week. I'm going to get my new car today. It's like I'm so excited. It's the best week ever.
Okay.
I told Susie, after today, my life will never be the same ever again. I'll be like Sarah, the truck owner.
I am excited for you. Yeah. Like I can't relate to it, of course. Lifestyle. But like I think, wow, I think she's right about this.
Oh, yeah. When I went to a screening for a ski film that I love, and the guy sitting next to me, you know how you always find a best friend sitting next to you? I found a best friend who was the chattiest guy ever, probably in his late 60s, obsessed with his wife, who has been a rock climber for 50 years and was like, tell me about you. Let me also brag about my wife. Tell me about you. Here's how she's amazing. I'm like, this guy's awesome. He was so nice. And he was like, we were talking about going to the mountains and everything. He's like, what kind of car are you driving? I'm like, I'm driving a Jeep, but I just bought a Toyota Tacoma. He's like, high five. I'm on my third one. And he was like, that is the car. And then I'm like, I found my people. This is
it's like the Tacoma.
He high-fived. He was like, what are you snowboarding on? Oh, high five. High five. I'm like, this guy, I should have taken a picture like you do. I was like, I left with a best friend. You? I don't know, because I got to be more like you like that. I got to.
Oh, yeah. People love it.
Okay. I got to do that. I got to be
it's
like,
it's not like a sacrifice. They feel like, oh, I'm special.
Yeah. We were like that by the end of it. So, yeah, it's a whole community. There's a whole, fuck, what was it? No, I don't remember. I was too excited. Mm-hmm. I was too excited with this swag bags we got. Okay. But I do want to tell you about this fun story. That story, just like update for you. This was just released. The new spacesuit for the future lunar trip has been debuted. And I got to say, it's fucking cool.
Fucking cool.
They teamed up with Prada.
Yeah, they did.
Usually I'm anti like designer and things like that, but if you're gonna have a big fashion house do anything, I feel like it's high end fabrics, and so like that I want put your skills to use for science. It is so fucking cool. And yes, it'll be the first woman and the first person of color who will be the first people to wear it. I love it. The mission of originally was supposed to happen in 2021, but it got pushed back because there were delays. We can blame Elon Musk. I wanted to throw that in there, that it's his fault. SpaceX Starship was, which is what they're going to be using to send them up into orbit, and then they like launch off from there. So it's almost like it's going to be like our space taxi. Elon Musk, SpaceX Starship. So there's a delay with that. And so they pushed everything back to 2025, which is why I remember us talking about this, about like the women, the mission for the next person on the moon is going to be a woman. And then it was like, what the fuck happened to that? And this is like the first update I've heard or looked into since then. That's why, is that we had the delayed.
How do you think they got chosen or whatever?
They reached out to him, from what I heard.
Cool.
But Prada has a history in working with high-end,
like utilitarian textiles.
Yes, like futuristic textiles. They were the ones who did a lot of like sailing suits, like for the like sailing and racing teams. That's like cool. Nautical suits and stuff like that. They've worked in some like Olympics, and they just do really good. I actually looked this up because I'm like, do they do great technical stuff? They make really great snow stuff.
That makes me want to buy their stuff. So mission
you would
accomplished.
Look fucking hot in the Prada suit.
Say more like that.
So sick. You are the body it is designed for.
What?
Oh my God. Yes. You look so good.
Prada.
Yeah. Prada does like really good ski stuff, and I'll give it to him, because a lot of times
they have ski stuff,
yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Save your pennies.
Oh my God, this is not my style.
Why?
It's like a ski suit, like a hot ski bunny.
Like a bunny,
I'm more, yes.
like a cinched waist?
Yes.
Now we're talking.
That's what I'm saying. You would look hot in this. I was gonna show you the astronaut suit, but now I'm just gonna show you the ski suit because that's also in my history.
I can't believe this.
Prada
If they had done this a long time ago, I would be probably in the Olympics for skiing.
Yeah, you probably would because it's really sexy. Okay, here's a girl wearing it.
Please, I would wear that to Target.
Right.
Yes.
I know. I'm telling you. It's for you. This is, oh my God, guys, have I converted her to a powder lifestyle? All it took was the uniform?
Because that is part of the problem. I'm like, this is not cute at all.
Right. Yeah.
But that is super cute.
Yeah.
Cinched waist.
Yeah, you'd look great in that. Okay, so we like
that.
Prada.
Does not appeal to you at all?
Not one little bit. That is not the look I'm going for. I am into a totally different. I'm into like if hip hop music were riding a snowboard. I like a baggy look. I like an oversized sweatshirt with overalls on them. Like,
what about the hip hop look where you have the
colors.
baggy bottoms, low rider kind of deal with the like what do you call them? Like boxer shorts that kind of poking out.
Yeah.
And then you have like a cinched waist.
Yes. I'm into that.
Okay.
It's fucking cold, so I gotta wear a jacket.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. When I get to yes, I'm into that. That is why I like that look. And then I take that off, and then I could be wearing like a fucking sports bra on top of that. And when it's spring skiing, I do that. That is the best. You just go in a bathing suit top and your big old baggy pants, and that's awesome.
Real cute. All right. Yeah. See, I'm seeing potential here.
Yeah. I'm saving my pennies. Nobody cares about this, but I'm saving my pennies for a NASA ski suit. They make them. So this is appropriate. There's a brand called 686 that I bet you could probably get them used for like $500. Yeah.
I mean, that'd be so cool.
I mean, they are really cool. But here's my rule. I have to get to a place where I'm good enough at snowboarding to wear a novelty outfit. Because the thing that looks stupid is if you're in the novelty suit and you suck. I need to be in the novelty suit and like hit some cool drops and like ride some features and stuff.
But why are you not there yet? I feel like you've been doing this
I haven't given myself an opportunity to play and practice in the way that I should to well, because I dated a skier last season. That's the honest truth. If I went with a snowboarders, that's why it's more fun. I like, walking out, going into the backcountry and like building up a little like ramp or a little like jump and then just fucking around and landing in a big old pile of snow and laughing about but it's different than when you're dating a ski racer who's like, let's get to the bottom as fast as you can. I was just trying to keep up. It's much more casual and like chill on the snowboard. So I'm going to do that this year. This year's going to be my hang out with snowboarders who just want to like fuck around.
Do you think you're better than you're saying that you are?
I do think I'm better than I am saying that I am, and I do think I'm better than maybe video. I went through my videos on like Instagram and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so funny that these are what nobody ever took video of me. Like very little. Like I'm way better than that now, and I know because I can keep up with other people. I know who when I ride, I keep up with my brother and stuff like that, and I can. Now it's just going faster that I am, but I have a whole new set. Fear is gone. Like I have a whole new. These post-hysterectomy, it's different.
Why?
I don't know. Yeah.
Why aren't you afraid?
I mean, I still am, but I have this like. I think it might be a biological, like a thing of I am no longer going to have offspring, so I don't have this need to keep myself safe because I'm in the future going to be responsible for something.
Yeah.
It's that. It's like. Yeah, I could
easy come
have
easy
a cast.
Go.
Like I could
have a cast.
It's like not. It's like not like oh my God, I have somebody to carry. I can't. I don't know.
Wow, I get a severe paper cut, and I'm like, ah.
Yeah. I would be like that if I were a mom too. 100%. I know it.
Yeah, let's blame it on Lincoln.
Yeah. Okay. It's fine.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, what else do I want to tell you about this new spacesuit? Some cool things. It's no longer going to be tethered to a like rover or some other system. It's going to be in like self-contained. So it will have like the air filtration on there. The only thing it also has athlete level nutrition feeding. So I don't know how it does that and how like they didn't
suit?
give. Yes. I don't know if it's like they're going to be connected to, like, I don't know if it's just like a fancy word for a snack pocket. Right?
Stop it.
Because it kind of, when I read, I'm going to read you some of the specs on it because the specs on it read like they do for like a ski suit. Because it's kind of funny. So they're calling it the Axiom. It stands for Extra Vehicular Mobility Unit, AXEVM. Axiom is what they're calling it. So the Axiom features lights and HD camera, helmet and visor, advanced 4G LTE communication, endurance athlete-based in-suit nutrition. Is that just a snack pocket?
You have to stop saying that.
Why? Does it sound dirty or something?
No. It's because there's no way it's a snack pocket.
Well, then explain what that is. What do you mean, a feeding tube? Even if it's like suck on a tube, how is that not different than a gel pack that I like?
Oh,
when I
so
go
you're saying like snack
snowboarding
pocket,
and I've got like a tube of peanut butter and I go like that right into my mouth from my pocket. How different? You just made it attached to the pocket?
Yeah. Sarah,
Okay.
now I think you're right.
I know I'm right. I've thought about this, Susie. This is these are the kind of things where I'm like,
Wait, yeah.
I'm gonna need to know more.
Well, because the only other thing it can be is some sort of intravenous
IV, right?
and
which
that's
then would
not
be crazy.
possible.
They're not going to do that. Thank
You're
you.
right.
I know.
It's tubular and it's going into your mouth like a freaking applesauce packet.
Right. It's like, wouldn't it be funny if it went through like the straw, like the goggles that are like the crazy straw that go around your eyes and stuff, like, you know, like the helmets that have like the beer attached to the side of the straw. It's like, I feel like what they just designed.
Yeah, you're like, you might be wearing Prada, but really you're just in a fraternity.
Right. Advanced textiles accommodates a wide range of crew members, anthropomorphic sizing. That's literally what it says. Don't know what that means, though. I guess it means that it's not going to be a standard size, or that it's a material that will flex to accommodate different sizes.
Wow.
Because I would imagine like the chest area, if you were like, or certain hip area, if you're like male, female, would be different.
That's cool.
Enhanced flexibility, mobility, and safety. Variable suit pressure, critical system redundancy. That sounds fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that NASA redundancy. Like, this fails, this thing. I just like that.
We got you.
Regenerable CO2 scrubbing system. I think that just like filters out,
Like they have a
scrubs the air.
sponge.
Like, right? It's like a little like, on the glasses. Cellular communication.
All right.
With that 4G. And spacesuit outer layer engineered and designed by Axiom Space and Prada. And custom-made gloves.
Remember that?
Which do look cool.
Famous news story. Oh, they do look cool.
Yeah.
The famous news story of that weirdo astronaut lady who drove in the car with the diapers, the whole deal. Wasn't there somebody connected to that story that was in space at that time? Like, I don't know if it was her partner, but there was like
I do kind of remember that.
There was some connection to someone that was already in space, and that they like figured this all out because they used the banking in space to like
what?
Yeah, like check their balance or something. man, I sure wish I would have known we were going to talk about this. But I'm going to Google this and then I'll post it online. But there was some sort of weirdness where like they had a partner in space and there was not an ATM, but like there was like a fucking banking system.
This does ring a bell because I remember you telling me this and saying, oh yeah, that's like when my ex-husband knew where I was on the challenge because he looked at my ATM, the ATM where I took money out.
Yeah. Right.
I remember. Okay. Or I've totally just made that up. But anyway, I do remember this.
That lady with the diapers was wild. But
well, it's interesting that you mention the diaper because that was my question after the feeding tube was, have we upgraded the bathroom situation?
Well, what's the current? What is this?
Well, the current situation is diapers, and
for real,
the suck tube. Yes, if for takeoff and travel, they are in diapers.
Okay,
that
for BMs and everything.
They didn't specify, Susie, and I'm very upset that they didn't. I asked that follow-up question too. And so they did talk about the tube that they have where they will suck, like it, because you need suction. If you don't, it's just going to float around everywhere.
Right.
So they have a tube that you position in that area and you just turn on the vacuum and it like sucks when you're ready to release, like, you know. But the diaper, it just said they basically explained a baby diaper. They were like, the diaper holds twice its weight in liquid. I was like, yeah. So, thank you, Pampers commercial that I just read. Like, okay.
What if, it's
like for men who like didn't know that diapers like absorb. Like,
yeah. I know you don't want to hear about it, but we are your number one for your number twos. And what I want to know is, can you imagine how upset you would be if you had DIA on in the rocket?
I am thinking that they control their nutrition, that whatever they're eating gives them the calories and what they need. Like they're supplementing a bunch of stuff so as to get the most absorbency and the least amount of.
Are you going to argue
excrement
that in all of the times that there have been people in space, none of them had DIA?
That would be a very tough argument to make because the nerves but then you think these are people who have trained and practiced
for real. I mean,
this.
they are the most stable among us.
Like, so if anybody has like regular shits, it's an astronaut.
Yeah.
Like, I just know that to be true. Like, I don't have the data, but I just know that to be true.
Yeah, they are so cool and calm. Okay,
and it's
maybe
regular.
You're right. Maybe constipation, but not.
Because I'm thinking about the kind of people who do like triathletes. Like when you're doing, haven't you ever noticed doing except when I was eating really funky stuff on the challenge. But sometimes when you're doing like long endurance races, you don't go to the number twos are not like the same. They're much smaller and it's like quick evacuation. Sometimes it is just like the leftovers.
Yeah, I guess they don't have to deal with that.
Yeah. I don't
know.
On
that note.
Yeah. I've talked way too much about
You did such a good job today. No, you did not. I asked you about BMs.
You did.
Because it does.
Because, I mean, those are the questions we're asking.
My favorite story is this Mormon identifier one. Though.
Oh, yeah.
Did they say that you could identify other faiths?
That was the only one that was mentioned in this study.
Why do you think that would be?
I think it's the clean lifestyle. I
couldn't identify a Catholic or
and I couldn't either.
Methodist.
And there's too much. Right.
I could identify a Jew though.
Right.
I sure could. Because of affection, people.
That's more ethnicity than it is.
Even vibes. Like if they like isolated their features, I feel like I could still do it.
You might be able to do
just one people.
I wonder. That's interesting. I wonder if other ones like, but it's definitely the Mormon face thing.
Wow, Mormons, well done.
Yeah, with that clean lifestyle.
I mean, urban gardens sound great until you start thinking about.
Well, just don't eat from though. Just make the urban garden. And some people are doing it in their backyard, and that counted.
That's nice.
So there you can control who's
Or rooftops you could do.
Or rooftop. Yep.
And if you think you're self-aware, you're probably wrong because everyone thinks they are.
Ask a trusted colleague.
Yeah, ask a colleague. They will beg to differ. Sarah is right about what people think of her, though. So she is self-aware. So 95% of people think they're self-aware. Did they say how many people actually are?
Yes, 15 to 20%.
Well, you're among those.
So are you.
Thank you.
But I feel like we've had the opportunity.
Well,
if you're not fucking self-aware and you've been on reality television for 10 years.
Sarah, totally. Our colleagues told us exactly what they think of us.
Yep. Well, I've been told more than I need to hear.
Okay. I think we cracked the case on that as well.
Yes, we did.
Okay. And I want a Prada spacesuit.
Yes.
This is my new uniform.
Yes.
And Sarah would like to know if what we heard in that article is just a fancy word for a snack pocket.
Right.
Thank you all. Please use our codes. Please check out our website, thebraincandypodcast.com, and join our patreon.com/braincandy if you want challenge content, because that's where it lives. We love you.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.